Hello, hello, everyone. Let's just make sure everything's good to go. Looking good there, looking good there. And then very quickly, if I can, I want to turn on when people cheer with channel points. Let's see. Not bits, not raids. I'll have to figure it out later. Anyway, why is that red? Is it red because it's a mod thing? I don't know. Very weird. Okay, anyway, let's get back into Outward. I have a new emote for people. Incoming ad break in 5 minutes. Well, yeah, I guess. Why in 5 minutes? How about we dismiss that? It's not even soon enough. It's like not now, and it's not long enough into the stream to really matter. Hey peeps, yes. I've been playing Outward for the last week or so. It's not a new game, but it's new to the stream. I also added an emote today. It's my cat. She's in a cape and crown. My mom got her this Halloween costume, which she wasn't very happy with, but that's a fun one. Anyway, yes, Outward. Fun game. It's been out since 2019. Basically, it's a third-person RPG similar to, like a Souls game, kind of, except it's very, oh, hey, Demon, what's up? It's very, like, it's very tough on you in terms of, like, all your actions have consequences, so, like, you can't carry that much stuff on you, and when you do carry things, you have the limited amount of space, like a weight limit on it. If you're trying to carry things in combat and you try to like roll, you have this backpack, you're going to be slower, so you have to like shed the backpack if you want to be faster on your rolls and stuff. It's a lot of realism stuff like that. Like you can get sick or you can get like indigestion and stuff like that. Where you'll have to like drink teas or other herbal concoctions to try to heal your character up for a little bit. You can get cold, you can get hot. A lot of like environmental factors, what am I trying to say? Environmental things, words, hard, consequences, whatever the word I'm looking for. Factors, that's the word. My brain just short-circuited. Thanks, Demon. It's a pretty cool game. It's a very small team that made this, I think. Like, it's, I don't think it's made by, like, a developer that's made much else. I actually don't know who makes Outward. Store. I'll check it real quick. Made by 9 Dot Studio, publisher Deep Silver. 9 Dot Studio has made pretty much Outward. They also made a game called Lost in Prayer, and apparently a game called God Factory Wingman. So they've kind of only made Outward, and they're working on Outward 2. So they are a relatively small group of people just kind of getting started, and this game kind of feels that way at times, but it's also, like, really cool. Like, there's a lot of things in this game that aren't in a lot of bigger games. Is it religious? I don't think so. Demon says no.
Is there something you need?
I don't think there's anything I actually need to buy from this guy. I think I have kind of everything except travel rations. But I don't want to go too far quite yet. I do want to explore. I went to a bandit camp last time. I've since switched to full bow. See if I can get into bow combat. So no sword and shield for me. Let's go see where I'm going to end up. Lost in Prayer is kind of neat, but to be honest, doesn't leave me wanting to play more. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it very briefly to see if there's any games that I recognized. I didn't. So, like, they're kind of a, like, small group that you haven't really heard of before. But it's cool. It's cool. I like Outward, and Outward 2 seems very promising if it is just this game, but better. But there's a lot of things about this that are just, like, it's nice. Like, you have your standard stamina, health, you have some magic or whatever that you can get into. But it's mostly about exploration. There is a map, but there's no, like, character marker. There's just a compass. So you have to know based off the landmarks that you're in, the, like, what region you're in. So, like, that mountain is, like, a magic mountain. I've been on top of it. That would be this thing. And this is the city I just left. So, like, you get to actually follow the roads, and you can see, like, little offshoot paths and stuff like that. Like, I really like this type of thing where it's a lot of exploration and it's on you to figure out where you are. It's part of the reason why I like Subnautica so much. Is because it's like, there's nobody's telling you, like, how to go about this map. There are road signs that point you to places, you look at landmarks, and that's about it. Got the Merton set? What's the Mertons? Oh, the skeleton guy. Merton, yeah. Yeah, it's somebody, who was that in chat, last week? Forget his name now. But he was in chat, he was pointing out things. Okay, that's the bandit camp I've been to. I haven't been, like, past there. There's a fort, and then there's ancient ruins. Let's go to ancient ruins. Yeah, he was talking about the stuff, and somebody, I don't know if it was you or somebody else, they told me, oh yeah, there's like an Easter egg on the blacksmith shop. And so I went there, found out how to get up there, and found the skeleton. And then, like, the guy was in my chat, he was like, yeah, there's a skull somewhere else in the village. And I'm like, I'd guess it's probably over here, but just tell me. So he told me, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that. So if I really want, I can be a skeleton. Oh, not my lantern. Lantern, go away. I'm definitely warm as a skeleton and not over encumbered at all. It's fun stuff like that, though. Ow! Damn it. I forgot about that. Whoops. Now I'm bleeding. Time to make a bandage and not die, hopefully. I knew about that, and then I got distracted with the skeleton and completely forgot about that afterwards. We're gonna eat some jerky, too. No longer bleeding. More passive heal. I stepped on that last time, too. So yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's a little basic with, like, combat stuff, but it's still a lot of fun. For kind of a small studio. I'd say indie dev, but I don't know if they're really indie. They seem to be more indie. But they've worked on a few other games. They're just pretty small. It's a pretty fun game, though. Hey, don't step on those. I will try not to. You know, I thought I just wanted about 7 holes in my foot. That seemed like a great time. I don't remember anything about these ruins. I remember I went here with my friends, but I don't remember anything about them. I have a bad feeling I'm gonna run into, like, skeletons or something and not be able to fight them off. Can't go in here. We were in here before, so I have to figure out how... I don't think you can go up and over. No cheesing. I don't think the fort lets you in. Is there an under? Or I just can't get in quite yet, but I feel like I should be able to get in. I don't remember what the trick is, but we did find a way into these, I think. Maybe we go in over here and pop out on this side. Maybe that's a thing. Well, I guess we'll go that way for now. Took me a bunch of times running over them before he remembered them. Yeah. I'm really bad with that type of stuff. Let's not step on them here. It's funny that they're only on one side. Like, I get that this is a bridge and that you need to be able to cross it, but, like, you'd think that they'd put a couple more of them than just the one side. Yeah, so I put in an air conditioner today, my window air conditioner behind me, because it's gonna be in the 80s this week, and last week it was in the 80s, almost 90, and I ignored it because I was like, oh, it's only for a couple days. It won't be that bad. It'll cool back down, and I saw that it cooled back down. I'm like, cool, and then I looked again, and it's getting hot, and it's kind of staying hot. It's not gonna be, like, scorching hot right now, but, like, it's been about, like, 55 to 60 degrees here, which is, like, perfect temperature for me. I love that. And then, I looked at the thing, and it was like, yeah, it's gonna be up to 88. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna want my air conditioner for that. And they're like, and then it'll be, like, 72. I'm like, okay, 72 is, like, not bad, but we're not going down to 50 or 60 anymore. We're hovering around 70, so we're probably only gonna go up after that point. So I was like, I gotta put in my window air conditioner. Unfortunately, window shakers like that are kind of terrible when it comes to, like, cleanliness, because they just have styrofoam in them for a lot of the actual, like, air duct work, and then it gets moist when it runs, which leads to mold and dirt and grime and nasty stuff. So I had to tear the whole thing apart because I didn't clean it when I took it out last year. I took it out, like, really late. It was, like, late October or something. Getting really cold. So I was like, okay, I gotta take this thing out. And I did. And then I stowed it away for the winter. And then I was going to put it in my window. And I'm like, I didn't clean that. They can tear up a window frame. You're absolutely right about that. In fact, the way that this one has worked with this window, you're supposed to, like, screw in the like, side panels and stuff to like, fill in the gap between the size of the air conditioner and the size of the window. And we've done that over the past couple of years, but they have actually started to, like, I say past couple, probably, you know, a decade. I've lived here for a long time. We've been doing that for a while, to the point where the wood is starting to crack a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So it's just sitting there. Like, the pressure on it is fine. It's not going to go anywhere the way that it's designed. But I didn't screw into the wood because I don't want the wood to splinter and be terrible. Vigil Tower. I think I've been there. Okay, there's the Magic Mountain. And this leads to Hallowed Marsh. And there's Vigil Pylon. So am I down here? Did I go around a lake? I don't think so. No, I'm see, there's floating rocks there. I gotta be right about here. I'm going this way. So yeah, I put that, I tore the thing apart. I had to unscrew all the things, and it's really annoying because when I took it off, the whole thing just popped off. Like I took out like 10 screws, the whole thing popped off. I went to try to clean it and couldn't. It was very awkward because the control panel and all the electric was attached, and then only after messing with it for a little while did the front part, I had unscrewed and I tried to pull on it and it didn't unsnap. So I was like, oh, this doesn't come off. No, it came off, finally, so I was able to scrub it a little bit better. It's not as clean as I would like it to be. There's still dirt and stuff in there, but I feel better about it for sure. Still, though, it can't really be healthy to be breathing in some of that. Ooh, an iron axe. I didn't tell you to equip that game. I would like the bow. I am an archer. Would be better if the unit sat in the house, had an exhaust hose, and sort of a board at the end that fit in the window or something, so it can still... Yes. Yeah, the standalone ones are better, but, like, those are also a lot more clunky to deal with. And more expensive at the time, and this wasn't my call. My dad bought it. It was a window unit, and it was an air conditioner. I don't remember oil. Gather oil in what? I probably want that at some point. Anyway, my dad got it, and like 10 years ago. And so it is what I have, and when it dies or when I'm tired of it, I'll broom it and probably get a better unit that won't be so filthy. Ghost plant. You don't need a container for the oil. I would assume you should. I guess not, though. Huh. Weird. You need a container for water. But you don't need one for oil. So is it just like... Yeah, okay. Thick oil and a beetle. Okay, I guess that's what that is. Sure. Feel like that should be in a glass bottle or something like that. Yeah, we just add the oil straight to one of the pouches. It's like those cursed images you see of people putting like food in really random stupid things, like somebody eating cereal out of the cereal box with milk in the box, or somebody like whatever, like I've seen one cursed one that was like they filled up their ottoman on their couch with like spaghetti just because, for the memes. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cursed. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, skeleton. No, don't need wood right now. Supply cache. Huh. Bullets, bandages we'll take. Ghost pass. Well, this is probably definitely something I'm prepared for. I should also turn the game up a little bit. Maybe I'll just turn it up for me. I have an output slider. It's really quiet because the music is like really loud sometimes when like traveling. But now it's like too quiet. Wait, what? Fly. Thank you. I don't remember what... I remember now. I was gonna say, I remember we struggled in this. We had to, like, camp in here multiple nights. This was quite the adventure. I don't think I'm gonna deal with this right now. Like, maybe I can sneak for a second, but I don't think I'm gonna do this yet. Hell yeah, welcome! You were all asking at the end of your stream, you were like, who should we raid? And I was almost gonna say me, but I didn't have my stream going yet. I was still working on a couple things. Why is the slider so much here? But yeah, I was like, me, maybe. Also, I'm realizing I'm slouching and I don't want to do that, so I gotta adjust the seat height a bit so I can sit a little bit better and not have this so far away from everything. I was gonna say me, but I didn't have anything. I was too busy getting my one Gracie emote of many that I plan to add. Did you see that? I added a Gracie emote. I went diving through my old photos. I need to add a few more, but I'm gonna go through and add a bunch of Gracie photos and edit them for emotes. I don't think I'm gonna explore this quite yet. She was not the happiest cat with that photo. It might be hard to see with the emote itself, so let me find the photo. It's one of my favorite photos of her, but she was not exactly the most thrilled with her costume. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick this up on the camera. Maybe I can. I can always pull it up on screen too, but... there we go. She's not the most thrilled. The biggest thing is she's wearing a cape and a crown. It's too bad that I can't make the thing... I thought about zooming in a little bit more. And I think I'm gonna do that because I literally got that up like 2 minutes before I started streaming. So it works for now, but there's obvious edits gonna come into play. I have a whole group of them. She's got a lot of fun photos. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm ready to fight ghosts yet. I'm just not prepared for that. I don't even know how to, like, make basic traps. I mean, I do, but I don't off the top of my head. And I don't know if traps can affect ghosts, and I feel like I should be looking at things like the ice rag and a bunch of this other stuff. Because you can make iron spikes and then you use those with a trap thingy, which I don't have. I didn't buy one. I've got the ability to make these nerve gases when placed in a pressure plate, but I don't know how to find, or I don't know how to make or where to buy a pressure plate, so not gonna do that yet. Part of my archery is gonna be limited to also building traps for now. Just want to keep playing my game, but I need to go sleep soon. Lucy went to make himself some toast. The whole house smells like toast. I don't like to eat just before going to bed, but you're getting hungry. Give in. Have the toast. It's calling for you. Oh, hello. What are you? Uh-huh. No. Yes, give in to the toast. You want it, and it wants you. So I think this is going to take me out of here. I don't exactly want to leave yet. I do want to explore some more, though. Let's tilt this down a little bit. That's a little better. I didn't realize there was a connection here. If I eat then sleep, I'll sleep badly, so I'd have to stay up instead. Oh no. I don't think I should be here. I'm gonna make a dumb... This looks like poison. If this is poison, that's bad. What is that debuff? Corrupted fumes. Your corruption level increases. Well, that's probably a bad thing. Okay, the shipwreck should be this, I'm guessing. This was a bandit camp up there somewhere. It's crazy how small this map actually is when it looks a lot bigger, but it's also quite large. Like, I have been running all day, but like, I traveled from here to here. And I made a stop up by this fort. Kind of crazy. Yeah, and then this was the thing that cut through here. That's the... yeah, infected area. Like, this game is huge, but also it feels like your character moves pretty quick for what it is, so you get across the land pretty fast, honestly. Think of it like radiation from Fallout. Ooh, okay. So, not good. Not that I thought something called corruption was gonna be good, but can confirm bad. Fish, saltwater, chest. Oh, I didn't leave. Find the hidden compartment containing the goods. Metal panel beneath the wood. 5 elements surface under close scrutiny. A skull with 2 stars embedded in its eyes. The sun, a fish, and the red moon. Aha. This is the stash he told me about. Do I have a journal entry for this? Because I don't remember. He left 2 streams ago. Look to the future. Ow! Hello. Ow! I need to pay attention to you. Okay. As I was investigating, I don't think I have anything mentioning specifically this stash and code. Is there a way up onto it? They had me precariously balanced for Easter egg stuff. No. Okay. This thing is glowing green. What is this all about? Why can't I ever interact with it? Can you do sneak attacks with a bow? I don't think I can get over there anyway. Okay, so there's a bandit camp that I can't get past here because it's built right on the water, and the only way to that is to go all the way around. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Do I really want to go all the way around and, like, do this? What's down here? More ancient ruins, and there's the fortress I took out. And this leads to coast that goes nowhere. So my options are to basically engage with really dangerous things or leave. I feel like I should probably explore some of these ancient ruins before I go anywhere. if only for the loot. But I'm hoping one of these things in the wilderness will have a... what do they call it? It's like a trap thingy. This one does not. I had one and used it on top of the mountain for the big mantis that was there, and that was cool, but the, I thought the thing said you got it back when you used it, and then I didn't get it back, so I don't know what the deal is with that, and I don't know how to make them either. It's probably not that complicated. Rich iron, sure. Ooh. Nice. Money, I think, for the most part. Do they have a guard chicken? The heck? I would be a guard chicken. The pearl birds just wander in. Oh, hello. I probably should have been paying better attention to where I was going. No, how about you don't? That's a thought. Ow. Thankfully, you're light armored. You can try to dodge, but... I thought that would kill him. Oh, what the heck? How did I miss? I'm gonna hit one of you. I don't care which one right now. I'd like to get rid of the close guy. There we go. How about no? Oh, yeah, you and your rolling crap. Okay, I need some stamina. I'm a little tired. I think they've got an archer after me a bit too. Oh, my back. Oh, I was hunched over for hours trying to work on that air conditioner. Oh, that hurt. Ow. I worked on it last night too. Come on, swing. Yeah, dodge that. Okay. Jerky and looter armor. Well, I'm gonna take the jerky. No arrows. There we go. Sit up a little bit better. Wait for you to get close. Go ahead and block that with your sword. We'll just see how that works. Oh, that was the easiest bandit ever. I'll take the arrows and the bread and the money. No, I am not a bandit. Why would you ask? Sword is metal scrap. That's more arrows. So is this thing. Give. I'm out of metal scrap already? Oh, it's all in my backpack, right. Duh. You've got arrows too. We'll be taking all of that, thank you. Oh, that's the kick. Didn't need to do that. It's funny that the mined iron that you get is iron scrap. Because that's like... It's like sword blade or axe blade, whatever. That's the same thing as what you get out of this rock. Can you imagine a rock that's just full of sword blades? That's naturally, like, a natural resource. Come on, swing. Goodbye. I'll be taking that. And we got another bow and jerky. Yeah. Pouch overweight, I know. Let's see. Move to bag. We'll make some more arrows real quick. Gotta have lots of arrows. It's also getting to be nighttime, but I can probably deal with that. Move to bag. Okay. Move to bag. Okay. Move to bag. Okay. No ammunition. That do be a lie. Oh, how did that miss? How did that miss? There we go. Oh, that one hit. Okay, fine. Okay. More arrows for me. Oh, the loop. I hope Outward 2 includes a auto, like, scrap feature or auto craft feature, because I don't need... Like, I don't need all these arrows that I have, but I kind of would like it if I didn't have to scrap every machete I come across. And no, I don't have to loot it, but it is metal scrap. It's arrows. I'm using a bow. It's nice to have. Go away, chicken. What is that? Is that supposed to be a pig? I haven't seen one of those. Cooking pot, we'll take that. Maybe. Actually, we won't because I don't need it. Although, I think cooking pots are good money. Which they weigh 3 pounds. I can take it. Nothing in the tents. Chicken. Nothing in there. This bandit camp was much easier than I thought it would be. Chicken, I will leave you alone if you leave me alone. Bandit prison. Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Honestly, final boss, giant chicken, absolutely would take it. I crave silly bosses like that in my games. Like, I do want games to be somewhat realistic at times, but like, ooh, dark worker hood, egg, cloth, we take that. I do like my games to be semi-realistic, but also at the same time, part of the fun is... Oh. Oh, what are you? Nice Wendigo. Oh my god. Hi, buddy. Oh, I don't want to interact with that. No. Bandit camp keys required. Yeah, that looks pretty freaking terrifying. Cheese? Oh, you can shoot through that. I just can't see. How do I drop? Thank you. That is most certainly a Wendigo. Like, 100%, that is exactly what that is supposed to be, and that is actually terrifying. Oh, no. Oh, I opened it. Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. It's funny how the other one needs a key, but the one that's dangerous doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Cheese. Oh, creepy music, too. I think I'm hitting it. Cheese. I have no idea how much damage I'm doing to it, if any. I feel like I am because it's bleeding, it's making a hit sound, and there are arrows sticking out of its face. No ammunition equipped. It's trying to hit me too, so yeah, I gotta be hitting it. Ooh, Wendigo. Didn't expect a creature like this in this game. I totally shouldn't be fighting it like this, but I'll take a cheese. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my stamina. Completely whiffed that last shot. Bandits, do you care to explain why you have a Wendigo? That's not exactly on the shopping list of things that you go out and get. I also accidentally opened that door when I definitely didn't mean to. This might use all of my arrows and I still might not kill it. Hey, 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 we got it. Wow, okay. That took a lot of arrows, a lot more than I would have expected. Cold stone, occult remains, predator bones, bandit camp key, small sapphire, all good loot. Consider how people become Wendigos. You know, I'm a little not brushed up on my ooh, steel saber, that looks really cool. Alchemy kit. I'm not brushed up on my native horrifying abyssal creatures of nightmare inducing fuel lore. They do dark magic, I think, is what I have heard. From creepy podcast stuff. Dark magic rewarded with dark powers. Terrifying. Repeatedly resort to cannibalism. Well. Great. We love that for them. They do appear to be a little bit chomped on. God, this is a great design. That thing is terrifying. I listen to some really creepy podcast stuff like that. There's a guy on YouTube, and he has a podcast on Spotify. It's called Unexplained Encounters. It's a really fun podcast to listen to where he talks about all that type of stuff. People share allegedly true stories of stuff. Ooh, they got a deer symbol. Well then. Wow, environmental storytelling, are we? Yeah, okay. This is much creepier than I thought it was going to be. This is awesome. This game's great. But yeah, I listened to his stuff. I've been listening to it for the past couple of days. I was listening to it a lot, and then it kind of got old, so I stopped for a couple months. Now I got back into it. And some of those stories are, like, really, really terrifying. Maybe I should sleep inside. Although I do have a tent that can sustain itself out here, probably. Am I likely to be attacked in a place I killed a Wendigo in? Probably be fine, right? There's no bandit camp here anymore. It's just me camp. But yeah, he's got a really fun podcast. Although my personal thing, so like creatures like this are always, oh, don't move. Oh God. Don't move on me. That was not cool. Creatures like that are always more terrifying to me than stuff of like whatever, people in the woods. I mean, crazy people in the woods are more believable, but like creatures are something that you like in theory, if they are real, there's no way that you're going to beat them. And that's what makes them terrifying, is they're just better than you. It's the same thing about like swimming in an ocean. It's like, okay, you can try to swim away. It's not gonna work, but you can try. Ambush 0%. Nice. Let's get some repairs in here too. I know I'm carrying 2 cooking pots. I plan on selling one. I found one and then brought one with me on this journey. I am very thirsty. It's not that much loot, but like there really wasn't much here other than some gems, so might as well. The art direction is where outward excels. If everything's dead inside, nothing can find you. I sure hope so. Can I move? Yeah, I'm pretty full. I think I have to go back to town. I'm like, what is these metal scraps? Move to bag. Now I'm 10 out of 10. It says I'm still overweight. Sleep for tent. Cold weather defense plus 10. That's almost the same as in town. Actually, that does kind of seem like the same as in town. Different bow. I don't think I'm going to take that one. Even though it's the same as this, I don't want to deal with the quick swapping. But yeah, that Wendigo is terrifying. I've always been more scared of creatures in scary folklore type of stuff. Werewolves, wendigos, I guess skinwalkers to some extent. They're kind of more like twisted humans that are really not right. But that stuff has always creeped me out a lot more than, like, axe murder in the woods. Axe murderer is a human. Humans can die. And while, you know... I forgot I have magic, too. What was the thing about magic? You gotta use it in order to get rid of the burn effect. And spark can be used to light campfires. So that does that mean I no longer need flint and steel if I have spark? Let's do this. Yes, I got Fire Sigil because it seemed like it would be the best maybe for traps. Because it says when spells are used inside of it, it has a different effect. I'm assuming like there's a way to put Fire Sigil on the ground, then cast some magic or something and make it explode. So I'm cautiously optimistic about Fire Sigil. I figured that would be probably the better, because the other one was like regain mana. Well, I don't really plan on using my magic that much. So I figured, like, that's probably the best one for me. Maybe. Mana Stone. We're off to make mana meth. Probably. Back at home. We got an alchemy kit there. Yeah, you need to make fire stones to make the sigil. Which I learned the recipe for. It's not that difficult to make, I don't think. I think I learned it. Alchemy, yeah, firestone. Which I could make some when I'm back at home. Oil is fairly common, and mana stones are pretty common too, so... But yeah, I remember reading about that, and I was like, yeah, okay, I should probably get that, and then I'll just have to remember that I need some mana stone, or fire stones. So that's what Spark does. Okay. The steel saber looks pretty cool. I don't think it does more than the current, the Gladius that I looted off the bandits at the fort. I think it was them that gave me that. No, or it was the other bandit camp, I think it was. I don't remember. I got a Gladius, it's cool. I don't know if this does... It might do the same amount, honestly. 25 seemed pretty similar, though. 25, 1.1, 19 impact. I feel like the other sword swings a little faster and does about the same amount of damage. And also, maybe slightly less impact. I don't know. We'll see. So you have to use magic to get rid of mana burn, but then you don't recover mana over time unless probably the right armors or the right foods. So that's kind of an interesting combination. Hey, there we go. Pressure plate trap. I need to learn how to make that. And the tripwire trap I'll take too, but I also need to learn how to make that. You don't have to tell me. I'll try to figure it out. I got another ruby. Wow, I'm just gonna come back loaded. Tell me this, though. If I try to deconstruct a pressure plate trap, would it be plausible that I would learn how to make the pressure plate trap? Not like the game would tell me how to make it, but it would give me the components. Like, oh, it's wood and whatever. Wood and metal scrap. Even though that's arrow. Oh, there's the town. I was like, wait a minute. It took me a minute once I realized that fort was there, that town is this way. Also food, but what do I have for food? I think I've got some, like, stews on me that I don't really use. What is this? Stamina increases physical damage. Probably eat that before fighting other things. Rainbow trout. Mana restoring elemental resistances. Stamina, large amount of health. I'm not hurt. Miner's omelet. Sure. That's okay, hell yeah. Get some rest. Do the healthy thing, the right thing. Eat toast, then go to sleep. No. But, yeah, if you want to obviously hop out, that's fine. Like, you don't have to wait for my permission. I'm not saying you are. Just, I don't know. It came out weird. I love how they have an alpha pearl bird just chilling in the pen.
Greetings, friend.
Hi, friend. How about the gems? 2 medium rubies. Wow. I'm loaded. What is this? Adventure backpack. Ah, right, that. Yeah, there are bags you can use and dodge at the same time. I forgot about that. Bye-bye, Helia. Have a good night.
What? All right.
Tripwire traps I can buy from him. Bang stuff. Tripwire trap. I definitely need to have that. He doesn't tell me how to make pressure plate traps, which is really the one I want to learn the most. How one tripwire? Cloth, metal scrap, linen stick. Okay.
Hey there.
Oh, God, her voice is really loud. Assassin's Elixir, Astral Potion, Incendiary Charges, Nerve Gas Charges, Toxic Charges, Cold Stone, Cool Potion, Stability Potion, Life Potion. You can't make the pressure plate ones, only buy and loot them? That sucks. I want to know how to make them. They're the fun ones that let me do explosions. I have a lot of ghost eye. When did that happen? I guess I did go to the Magic Mountain.
Is there something you need?
Okay, I should probably sell things proper. Get rid of that. Get rid of the other cooking pot. Get rid of these incendiary charges. There's a passive you can learn from one of the trainers that makes pressure plates reusable. I should go get that sometime. Like, I don't know where that is. You don't need to tell me, but I kind of want to know where that is now. I will have to be on the lookout for that. Reusable pressure plate seems like it'd be really good for this build. I probably don't need this stone. I would say sure, but then part of me is like, nah. So how about we go with no for now until I get desperate. See, this is where I want to like leave this area so that I can learn more cool techniques and stuff. Yeah, I think this sword's just better than the saber. But the saber looks cool, so we're gonna keep it at least. There we go. Excuse me. Seaweed, money, travel rations, alpha meat that's going bad, because I need to cook that into something. Firestone that I need for my sigil stuff. Transmute a mana stone using an alchemy kit to merge the stone with a pinch of blue sand. Well, I don't have blue sand. Firefly powder. See, now the music's just way too loud. Apply. I don't know if that's any better. That still seems really loud. Thick oil, mana stone, salt, fire varnish. I don't think I need that anymore, but I'm gonna stash it because I'm a hoarder. Teas. Bandages, might as well start storing some of those. Bolt rag, alpha jerky, larva egg, plant tent. Refills thirst and hunger but goes away. Doesn't weigh that much, so might as well keep that. Bread. Lots of iron scrap. I still got iron scrap here. Alchemy, 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 alchemy. Everything's in alchemy. Okay. Okay. Crystal powder was easy. Firestone, easy enough. Mist potion. Life potion, dark varnish. I don't know how to make the wine, but that shouldn't be too difficult. Decay on a melee weapon. Diverse restorative capabilities. Aha. I probably don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ingredients lost, yeah. Kind of figured. Let's make some firestones. I think I'm gonna sell quite a bit of stuff. Life potion, easy enough. Just need more water. We'll go do that. Yeah. Yeah, the food is just like, some of it has really cool benefits, like one's like, oh, it provides the worm bonus, and it also like heals you a lot over time. It's basically a healing like medkit thing. I just haven't been in a lot of crazy intense combat that I've needed that.
Is there something you need?
So it's like I want to get rid of it, but I also want to keep it. The alpha meat I'm just going to turn into jerky, probably. Iron spikes are worth 1, and iron scrap is worth 1. And I can make more tripwires. I should be prepping that type of stuff before I really get crazy into that. Into selling things. Tripwire trap is this. Okay, how many of that does that give me? Total 7. Probably want more than that. Yeah, alpha jerky's great. They give you one or you find one. I don't remember how I got one, but I had one. And like I used it and had the rage buff with the club that did the confusion on top of that. I flat out murked somebody. I couldn't believe how good that was. Let's see, more tripwire trap. It gives me 11. That's probably pretty good. And then I can make more arrows and make more spikes so that I can trap the tripwires with spike traps. You can loot rare food like that sometimes. Yeah, I found an alpha pearl bird. That's how I got the meat that I have on me right now. Okay, so if 2 meat and a salt makes normal jerky, or 2 meat and 2 salt makes normal jerky, does it just make alpha jerky if you use alpha meat? I don't want to waste this stuff. Or is there a different recipe for alpha jerky? You can tell me that much. It just makes alpha jerky when you do this. Pretty sure? Well, I'm gonna trust you. 3, 2, 1. 5 alpha jerky. Great. Awesome. I kind of figured that's what it was, but yeah, no. Game wanted to be tricky. Really getting the archery and traps type of gameplay. Make sure you're always scrapping enemy weapons for the metal. Yeah, that's how I have as many iron scraps as I have from doing that. I'm trying to make a point of doing that. Okay, we're gonna put the jerky in here because I fully intend on keeping that. But as for a lot of this other food, like bread is probably used in some cool early game thing other than this, whatever, like, tart stuff. I mean, like, that's easy enough to make, but is it really worth much? Probably not. Teas don't go old. I don't think dark or fire varnish I'm really gonna use. 21 salt. When did that happen? Most of this other stuff, it doesn't really look like it's gonna rot on me, except for the dry mushroom bar and these, but that's for alchemy, and the egg, which I'll try to make like travel ration or something out of this food. What does a travel ration need? Oh, the salt. Yeah, let's make travel rations out of this bread. Oh yeah, I can make some of these teas. I should probably make couple of these, but we're gonna make the rations first. Can you use this and bread and salt? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Food waste. probably should have used the cooked egg for that. Oh well. I don't think I need 15 travel rations, but whatever.
Is there something you need?
I'm not using melee weapons, so any rags I can get rid of. I'm not going to use that varnish. I'll keep that stuff and eat it later. This gives mana restoring and elemental resistance. Okay. This one does stamina and physical damage. I'm gonna get rid of the mana restoring plate of food. Good, but not that great for me. Wow, firestones are kind of like, I don't know. They're a good money maker. I guess mana stones are 6 and the thick oil is 2, so it's the same as just selling the components, but like you could stack that fairly easily. Alchemy lady.
Hey there.
Oh, I have this potion. Not really interested in that right now. Do I know how to make soothing tea? I imagine if it says this is used in mana restoring elixirs, is tea an elixir? I don't think so. Soothing tea, isn't that seaweed? I think. Thick oil, I could make more firestones if I wanted to. Bug. Beetle. Soothing tea is seaweed. So when these things are all like mana restoring elixirs, I'm gonna guess that it's like, not that, water plus this plus something equals mana restoring elixir. That's not gonna make anything. Nope. Didn't think so. That's fine. Didn't mean to do that. Whoops. See you later, demon. Thanks for stopping in. See ya next time. Let's see. Soothing tea. I guess I can make another soothing tea. I get so into crafting that I sometimes forget that I'm actually streaming. Food waste. Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay, so I think I sell all this salt. And hopefully I mean, if I need salt, I'm sure I can get more salt somewhere. Talk
Is
to this
there
guy.
something you need?
He does not buy salt. Okay, that makes sense, seeing as how it's kind of like an infinite money thing. But I don't need this much salt. I have absolutely no use for salt right now. So, I mean, like, I think I have a 20 stack at home. So, salt. I've made all the jerky, I've made all the other foods and potions and things that I can have. Okay, so what do I want to take with me? I'm gonna take this food with me. It's getting a little old. I don't remember what this stuff is used for. The grilled mushroom. Alchemy? No. Cooking. Oh! Oh, you need a meat. Yeah, I don't have a meat. Yeah, like, salt's used in all this cooking, but I don't have anything to go with it. Used for travel rations, but I have a bunch of those. I also have another bird egg in here that's gonna rot. Whatever. I have 19 travel rations. Like, I just don't think I need that much. Give me 10 more of those. Now I have 15 on me. I have 7.5 pounds of travel rations. Ridiculous. Okay, we need to sleep and maintain our gear, because the bow is gonna die on me. Why don't we just do this? Sleep for a day, casual adventurer life of just not leaving your house for like 24 hours after getting back from a long journey. Okay, things are looking good there. The bow is not repairing. Why is the bow not... Why are you not repairing? That repaired... kinda everything. Why bow no repair? How much money do I have on me? 151. Do I want more? Probably. Just gotta drink that real quick. Okay, in total, I have 600 exactly. Well, then, let's take... Oh, what should we take? Maybe 250? That seems like a lot, but... I don't know. Some of these skills cost 50 apiece.
Is there something you need?
What if I sell you at least 5 of my travel rations?
What can I do for you? All right.
50 silver? Not for a bow. You got nothing for me to get repaired. My armor's good. Is it because my bow wasn't equipped when I went to repair it? Is that what happened? Yeah, that's what it is. If you don't actually have it equipped, it doesn't repair your thing. Okay, well, good to know, I guess. Stamina cost of actions increased by 50% because I'm too hot. What if I take boots off? Casual running through the woods with no shoes and skeleton feet. This is so funny. It's so ridiculous. I love when games do these types of things, though. There's nothing more fun than a little, like, weird Easter egg thing in a game like this. Also, how cold is this air conditioner trying to make it? It's only supposed to kick on and then kick off when it's 72. It's going a little crazy right now. It's been going for a little while. Body temperature's back to normal. Good. That's a bandit that I don't feel like engaging. So I don't think we will. I think we're gonna come down here and ignore the shrimp, but then also... Oh no, might have to engage. You know what? Hey, you seem like you are bored and could use some entertainment, so... But you come over here to the shrimp. Yep, that's right. You guys fight each other. Can other shrimp fight Armored dog. Yeah, that's right. Get each other. Somebody wins out of this, and it's gonna be me. I think you got it, dude. Iron Great Hammer. Heck yeah. Who's the victor? I'm the victor from this whole thing. They're already half done without me having to try. Did that do anything? Trying to use my magic more. I don't think that did much. Just because it's not supposed to. It's a weak spell. Be taking all of that. And then hyena. Just take all. It's fine. Yeah, so the bow has to be equipped like this for you to repair it. I guess that makes sense. You don't repair things that aren't equipped. But still. Magic Mountain. Pretty sure I want to be on this side of things. It's gotta be like spring by now. I hear a lot more birds chirping. And while the snow is coming down and it is cool, I'm gonna guess that I'm okay. Like, spring is here. Off we go. Okay. Bird. No, I do not wish to engage. Okay, no. I know where I am now. I don't want to be here. I want to be this way. I made too early of a turn. Let's see. There shouldn't really be much for enemies left that are going to deal with me because I've kind of already dealt with them. Are those? You doing okay, guys? I don't think it's supposed to be that way. You know, I have around here a remote for this air conditioner that I could probably turn it off. So here's the dumbest thing. Right now is the worst time of year because it can't decide if it wants to be warm or cold, but we're getting out of the cold season and into the warm season. So you know that it's gonna be getting only warmer and warmer and warmer as the days go on, but then it's like, no, today is gonna be cold. Like, I despise the summer, least favorite season, because it's just too darn hot. Like, it's fine, I can exist in it, it's not unbearably warm most of the time, but like, I just don't want to do anything during the summer. If it's too hot outside, I shutter myself in. Whereas in the winter, even if it's cold, like, it would have to be extremely cold for me to not want to go outside at all. But the summertime is crazy. Because if it gets basically any warmer than, like, 75 outside, I don't want to be out there. Whereas winter, it can be, 30, 20 degrees, even like 10 degrees. That's cold. But, I can get around that. I'll be okay. Summer, it's no cooler than 75 on the coldest summer day. Oh, we got a person that I should probably be paying attention to. They're both, or at least one is an archer. However, we take the hit, it's fine. Whoa! Whoa! Why are you here? First of all, it's broad daylight. Second of all, why are you here? Oh, no. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough arrows for you. Nope. Don't touch me. You're gonna do cold damage. Ow. Oh no. No, 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 no. It's the only time I'm gonna get any hit on you, but the last one of you took forever to get rid of. My only hope is to put on some poison arrows here. I gotta shed that. Ow. No. Oh, it does seem to be poisoned, though. Good. So now I can do some normal attacks, maybe. It's gonna end that bird. No? Wait! Wait, go Pearl Bird. Ow! Oh, I need out. I need out right now. Hello, Wendigo. Go away, please. It's no... Oh, it is poison still. Get him! Get him! Wow, this Wendigo is all after me and me alone. I don't have anything for you right now. You cannot get me, dude. Not acceptable. Get it, Pearl Bird! Get it! Get it! Get it! Fight it! That's right, get it! I need to heal? Ah, no! I pressed roll! Why did you not roll? Oh man, that used up poison arrows. I don't have any of those. That thing came out of nowhere and completely screwed me over. Oh no! Why am I in Cierzo? Why did you put me all the way back here? Throw me in a dungeon somewhere out there. I don't care. I don't want to be home. I just ran all the way away from here. Bad game. I don't want to be here. It's not my fault I was fighting bandits I was properly prepared for. And then you come in here and throw a Wendigo when I have 0 stamina and am not prepared for that. Like, how am I supposed to fight that if I don't have time to eat? I don't have time to drink anything. Can't prepare for it because I didn't see it. Why didn't it bother me when I was dealing with 2 bandits? Ah, crap. Now I gotta run all the way back. Does that at least counts as equipped? Nope, we have to do this and then repair. Just gonna lose another day. That sucked. I used so many arrows too, and that thing's gonna be full health when we run into it again. I even used up more than half of my poison arrows.
Need something? Need something?
If I saw the Wendigo coming, I could have prepared some traps. I could have, you know, eaten some food. That would have been killer. Instead, now I kind of run all the way back. I was nearly there, too. If the Wendigo was fighting the bandits, could have set up some stuff, engaged when I was ready. Now it's just sprinting all the way back. Put me inside the mountain, at least, or put me somewhere, not the village. A huntress found you and took you to Cierzo. Wow, thanks for teleporting me all the way across the wrong side of the map. Literally went from here all the way over here. No. I don't typically mind when that type of stuff happens, but like, that was just a really bad combination of events. Also, my air decided to turn back on again. I don't want that. I don't think this has batteries in it anymore. Crap. I'll get to it later. I guess now's a good idea to check if I want to go to the forest or the marsh. Might actually go to the forest instead. I was headed towards the marsh, but I have a feeling I might want to go to the forest instead. The forest, I think, inevitably takes you to the desert, which might be the way I want to go. Vigil. I gotta go buy the ship. I don't know why I keep checking. I should know that. It's by the ship. I'm like legit curious though where that Wendigo is. I could try to take it down. There's not really a particular reason why I should fight it. Where the heck did it come from? Now I gotta keep my eyes peeled for more stuff like that. Also, my corruption is still 1%. Maybe I guess I was at 1% this whole time, not 0. I would have thought I would have been at 0. Sprint, 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 sprint. Okay. Any more creepy things that I need to run into before I get to this gate? It takes 3 out of my 11. Man, I hope I can afford that. Berg! Okay, we're going to Berg. I guess. Oh, this place is pretty. Alright. Lonely Tower, Old Windmill, Fort, Berg. Abandoned Docks, Ruined Settlement, Cabal of Wind Temple, Huge Burning Tree, Colossal Hive, Ruined Settlement, Face of the Ancients. Well, we want to go to Berg, so follow the road, take a left, you gotta go past 2 towers. So follow the road, past 2 towers, take a left, and then follow the road to Berg, apparently. This feels a lot more archery to me. Oh, what's that? Hello. Oh, you're a ghost. I'm not dealing with you. Sleepy! What's going on? Stream's been going good, I think, for the most part. I got intercepted on my journey over to this woods by a Wendigo, which was not an enemy I was expecting to fight in this game. I died. But I guess I'm back. I'm on this journey now. I gotta get to the next city. This game's pretty dangerous when it comes to getting from point A to B. What is this, smoke root? I know nothing about this game either, but agreed. The last thing I expected was one of those. They look pretty creepy. I also found one in a prison and cheesed it. It was behind a gate that I opened for half a second because I didn't mean to open it. And I was like, oh no! And I closed it immediately. And then since it aggroed onto me, I was able to like shoot it through the gate because its head stuck through the thing. The monsters in this game, I think I've heard, are pretty cool. Like they offer a lot. Like really cool design wise and stuff like that. So I think I want to be going left. They're apparently really cool. So the Wendigo, if anything, because, you know, the basic things I've been fighting so far have been bandits and some birds and some hyenas. But if Wendigos are on the menu and there's some ghosts and stuff I haven't really fought, there's more bandits. Don't want to deal with the bandits. I feel like they could really mess me up, so I'm gonna go around. I want to get to the city before I go too crazy. I don't know what that is, but if I had to guess, that's maybe Ruined Settlement, or no, it's probably Cabal the Wind Temple. Just not gonna go that way. We have island in the middle and a bridge to that here, so we need to get to... That's abandoned docks. Can I get past that, though? Because if I can, that takes me into the town. If not, I have to go all the way around, but that's fine. I'll figure it out. That must be the giant hive that my map is talking about. Oh no. That really is a giant hive. What could live in a giant hive? Giant bees? I don't like that. Okay, so these should be the abandoned docks, and then if I can, the city should just be up here. Maybe check out the abandoned docks real quick. Mushroom? Gather wool shroom. Okay, that's a first. Yeah, this should be Berg. Okay, we made it. What's there to see in this town? Many places are very dark. Okay, yeah, let's not talk about the town. Who are you? Hello.
What can I do for you?
I want to train with you. Hunting predator. Piercing shot. Sniper shot. Let loose very strong arrow shot with long windup, making it poor option in the middle of combat. Great. Hunter's eye. Lock on enemies longer when using a bow. Enrage. Rage boon. Impact of your attacks. Burns a bit of your maximum health until the next time you sleep. Evasion shot. Shoot an arrow while jumping backwards. Well, I am the archer character. Thinking all those sound great. We'll do that in a minute, probably. Let's see what else we got.
This worries me.
A royal manticore?
Farewell, my friend. This worries me.
Scaled leather. What is this? Large emerald. Okay. This is a luxury tent. Huge bonus stamina use. Okay. So you don't particularly have anything I care about. Alright. Probably don't need these predator bones either. Hello, blacksmith.
Hey there.
What do you have to train? Beast Golem Axe. Coral Horn Bow. Well, I think I need an upgrade to my bow, that's for sure. Horror Axe. Palladium Spikes. Iron Spikes. Horror Bow. Tripwire Trap. Well, I mean, I should get the thing for the better bows. So let's buy that and that, because I need those for sure. Working on any other challenge or taking a break? I am working on another challenge. I am... Let me get away from this darn blacksmith. I am currently, and it's been a bit of a pain, working on a Subnautica challenge. Subnautica 1 starvation challenge, no eating challenge. It's also on hardcore. I may or may not have raged a bit yesterday when I was talking on the phone with my mom and I got distracted. Like, I didn't die when I was on the phone with her, but I did die. I was like swimming around, she called, I paused the game, was doing my thing, and then when the phone call ended, I came back to it, was playing the game again, and just wasn't paying attention to anything, and I drowned. I just simply didn't get air, because hardcore doesn't warn you about your oxygen meter in that game. So I drowned after playing for like 8 hours and losing all that progress. So I had to restart, and now I'm getting to the end of the game. I nearly died again, because when you're starving, you take 10 points of damage, and I took starvation damage and was down to 2 health. Again, not paying attention. But I managed to rescue that one. So now I'm getting towards the end of the game. I have to get to the bottom of the map, which shouldn't be too hard because I'm allowed to build bases and stuff in this one. So, yeah, I just got to get down to the bottom of the map, get all the scans and all the fun stuff, while starving and taking damage pretty much constantly. So I've been packing a ton of medkits. So I have to get down there. I have to not get eaten by anything. That's the thing. Like, so there's no oxygen warning. I'm taking 10 points of damage about every 5 seconds or so. And I'm not using any vehicles because that would extend the game. Like, I would have to, like, okay, maybe I make a Seamoth, let's say. Well, a Seamoth can't get down to the bottom of the game. It can only go like 900 meters or so. So it'd be great for, like, exploring the shallow parts of the map, but where I'm going, since I know Subnautica 1's map pretty well, I'm gonna turn this down on my end anyway, it's a bit loud. Since I know Subnautica 1's map really well, I'm building my base near the bulb zone, which has a Lost River entrance, and if you take that Lost River entrance, then not too far in, there's a cave that takes you down to the inactive lava zone almost immediately in. And you don't need to go to the alien research facility in the Lost River, but if you do, you go straight. If you go down, you go to inactive lava. And it's really, really easy, because if you go from the south side of the map, you have to work your way through the entirety of the Lost River. And then you have to, like, go through the tree cove and go on the Lost River that way. I guess you could veer off and go the way I'm going, but there's 2 entrances to the lava zone. So you either go with Tree Cove or you go this other way, and the other way is much faster if you know how to do it. The problem is, as soon as I get past the juvenile ghost leviathan, I'm gonna have to deal with sea dragons, and sea dragons can one-shot me. They can just flat out eat me or probably hit me with a fireball and kill me. I also need to make the reinforced dive suit before I go down there. So the whole process of the game has been pack about 30 health kits, swim, gather resources, come back, and you can get away with it because when you sit in a chair, technically your stats don't drain, and it seems like your health damage is due to how your stats drain. So when you sit in a chair, since none of your stats drain, you take no health damage. And that's a way for you to fast forward game time without you actually having to take damage. But I just know that I'm gonna get down there and stuff's gonna get crazy. I have a base by the Lost River entrance. I think I'm gonna need another base in the inactive lava zone so that I can get inside the lava castle. And then once I'm in there, I have to get the blue tablet. I have to swim out and back so that I can make the blue tablet. And then I have to swim back down there again and get into the final research facility. Although, if I get inside the lava castle base, I probably don't need to swim all the way out because I can ion cube teleport out. But I need 2 purple tablets for that, I believe. Which I should have, no problem. So yeah, it's a bit like I have to think about this strategically, because if I mess up, then I just lose all this progress. But once I'm done with all of that and I cure myself and turn off the gun, I'm gonna make the Neptune rocket. Actually, I might even be able to make the Neptune rocket now, minus you need ion power cells for part of it. But I think I might start making the Neptune rocket now and do as much as I possibly can. Go down there, cure the planet, and then go back and finish the Neptune rocket. I'll need as many ion cubes as I can get, since I don't really plan on stopping anywhere for more cubes if I can help it. But the scariest part is the lava zone, because while you can kind of outmaneuver a sea dragon with a sea glide, it is scary knowing that if you mess up or if they sneak up on you or something, it's over. It's gone. I don't want to make a Cyclops. You need a Cyclops for the shield generator for the Neptune rocket. But personally, I don't think you should have that myself. Oops. Personally, I don't think you should need to make the Cyclops just to make the shield generator. So I have to go get the shield generator too. So I guess like that's where I'm kind of like, I'm nervous about this next part, because all the stuff up to this has been swimming in the safe shallows and not really worrying about it. But yeah, literally having to deal with the hunger part of it, because the other reason why I'm not taking vehicles is while I might move faster, I have to waste the time to make the vehicles, and then I still take damage while piloting the vehicles. So if I make the Cyclops and then use the Cyclops, it's so slow and can't maneuver very well, and it's a hassle getting in and out of the thing, that it's going to be a pain to actually just have the medkit. But literally no eating whatsoever. Not even nutrient blocks that they give you. It's not a pacifist no fish run, but I also restricted myself to not allowed to... it's sort of pacifist. I'm not allowed to harm any living animal, which includes like coral, since it's technically a living thing that's not a plant. I think it's considered an animal, so I can't even make like water very easily. So the beginning is mostly struggling with water. You either make the coffee machine, which doesn't give you that much, or you get water filtration set up, which I went with water filtration, but you can just barely make that. It'll be fun as long as I succeed. But if I die again and lose all this progress, that's gonna suck a lot. So how do you make enough medkits? Well, they're pretty easy to make, honestly. If you grow Creepvine, it's 2 Creepvine hits to make a medkit, which is not a big deal. But also, medical kit fabricators make them for free, they just take time. So I have a wall of currently 8 medical kit fabricators.
How can I help you?
And I just, like, sit there and wait for them to make it most of the time. I go do chores or something, and when I come back, I have 8 medkits that I can just pick up. What about accidentally running over a fish with a sea moth? Well, you don't have to worry about that if you don't use a sea moth. See? Enchanting. Ooh. Marshmallow. Anti-poison properties when boiled. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it tonight and hopefully beat it, but I have to get the shield generator, which the one that I'm thinking of is in Sea Treader's Path, which is safe, but also really far away from my current base. Technically, I think it's on the border of Sea Treaders and Sparse Reef. So I'm gonna need a ton of medkits to explore that wreck, and then once I get that, I gotta work on the Neptune rocket. I gotta make the Cyclops. I'm missing an engine piece for the Cyclops, I think. Once I make the Cyclops, I can work on making the shield generator. Once I have that done, then I can go down to the Lost River in the lava zone, do all of that, hopefully not die, and if I do all of that successfully, I'm teleporting my butt up to the surface and never going back down there, and I should be okay. See the update on the Vintage Story Discord? No, I don't follow a lot of Discords, honestly. It's kind of a peeve of mine that places always keep putting updates on Discord, because Discord is not a forum, it's not a website. It's, you have to, even if they give free access to everybody, it's like, I don't want to join with my Discord account. I don't want to be a part of 72 Discords myself. I only want to be in Discords that I actually use for friends, not to read about your patch notes, you know? Hopefully they made that update on the website. If they didn't, then, which they're pretty good about it, so they usually do. But no, I have not seen anything. But personally, I hate that everything's on Discord. Anything remotely techie is like, join the Discord. No, just tell me about it on a website. It doesn't look like they posted anything on the website. So tell me about it. What's going on? Oof. Gotta stop bumping my cables. What'd they do?
How can I help you?
Want to buy something?
They want to make it so armor is built out of layers. They did mention something a while back somewhere about changing armors. So I'm not entirely surprised by that. Hopefully it's not crap. Alpha sandwich. Probably 2 bread and a meat would be my guess, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. Let's look at some of the stuff. A bread and a meat, okay. Interesting. So, a padding layer, a mail layer, and a plate layer, and a decoration layer. Okay. I mean, that's sort of how it already works. So to be more customizable, make crafting more flexible depending on available market. Yeah, that's similar to what they have right now, although from the sounds of it, it sounds like you can have different metal types, maybe. Because in order to make, like, iron plate, you have to have iron chain, and you have to have the leather, like, not gambeson, but you have to have the leather thing underneath that to make the chain. So you're already making it in layers, but it sounds like now you'll be able to like mix and match kind of, and that the process will be more than just make it in the crafting grid. From the sounds of it, just based off of that, that's what I would assume anyway. Oh, materials. Well, market materials, close enough. Yeah, better than hammering out a million holes in plates. Yeah, that is kind of the most annoying thing about chain. Though, I didn't have to do that much because I just made steel chain and steel plate. So, I only ever made chainmail once. But I can see how that's really annoying for the other tiers. If you're into making, like, all the, like, some people make, like, bronze plate or bronze chain for the archives, you know? I can kind of see that. My next challenge for Vintage Story will probably be right after the Subnautica one. It'll be a
How can I help you?
jungle challenge. I'm going to be using a mod for that, which will be pretty fun. But, yeah, I gotta do this Subnautica one, and then I gotta edit that. There's a drawing of armor concepts, some of them look really cool. I doubt this mod will be done by the time I'm ready for it, but I'm also, like, not done with Vintage Story, but I am glad that I'm not streaming it and doing challenge videos on it. It was getting quite old. Not having done Vintage Story, like, I mean, I did the Ocean Challenge, but, like, not having to do both things at the same time is really nice. What kind of jungle? So there's a mod that modifies the like, rainforests and stuff of the game to be far more dense. Same thing with savannas and savanna trees. It makes them far more dense and dangerous to the point where it can be dark enough under the trees that mobs can spawn. And, they're so huge that if you try to chop one down with an axe, it'll, A, take forever unless you're near the canopies. The canopies are, you know, like 50 blocks up. The trees are super expansive. There's a bunch of things this guy wanted to have, like, recommended mods to download. He basically made like a jungle mod pack. The problem is that all the mods he recommended for it are in, like, they're still not updated to 1.22. So I'm only playing his jungle version, so it won't be that different than a normal playthrough, but it is jungle challenge in the sense of, like, it's also super hot, so a lot of the resources that you would get for, like, foods don't really spawn. So the main challenge will be, it's kind of dark with monsters spawning pretty regularly, and then also food. And it being hot enough that most things won't grow. In fact, he was like, yeah, with the way that I have the terrain generated, he was like, it can be, the terrain can be annoying enough that, like, certain things won't spawn unless it's at the top of a hill, which is rare. Is, like, upheaval rate for terrain is pretty low. So, like, bees, for example, don't spawn in really hot climates. So he's like, if you want to find bees, you got to find a tree on top of a hill or on top of a mountain, which is rare. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Is it hotter than a hot climate world? I think he has it set to not scorching hot, but hot. So it is a hot climate world, but it's also you're spawning in the hot climate with no way to get out of it, basically. I don't think it'll be like super difficult to go through, because the thing he wanted was that he was going to add cave bears, which were going to be even stronger than a brown bear and take a long time to kill, but that hasn't been updated at all. So like there's a bunch of things that he wanted for that mod. A lot of things that I didn't want to install, and like I said, most of them are outdated anyway. So I'm gonna give it a shot just as is, mostly vanilla, and see what it's like. But yeah, it'll be pretty fun. I did start it. I played about a half an hour of it, and it was pretty challenging to like get my first house and food, because there's really not that many animals because it's warm enough. You'll find hyenas, but I only found them in the savannah, which was, most of the map was jungle. So, like, I think I killed all the hyenas in the savannah, so now I don't really have a food source at the moment. Not really many things. I think there were a couple pigs and a couple chickens I've seen, but it's too warm for most bears to spawn, I think. Maybe panda bears. I don't know if they can spawn in that temperature either, though. Oh yeah, cave bears are like really big too. Why is this not... Why is my lantern not lighting up? Is it out of fuel? I don't think so. He wanted to, like, part of the mods too is to add a bunch of jungle creatures, so it was like adding dinosaurs and stuff like that, which is really cool, but again, it like kind of none of them got updated. They're still not up to date, so it's like, not yet. Camouflage tent. Interesting. Ooh, better backpack. I kind of want that. Capacity of 75, that's better. Who are you?
How can I help you?
Shopkeeper Pleel. Blue Chamber, Sage Trainer. So I entered from here. Here, okay. So there's no other shopkeepers way up here. Let's go up there. I talk to this person. Pandas and some bears are neutral until provoked. Yeah, I'm hoping that I get some bears, but I haven't had anything spawn yet. The way he made it sound, I think the mod's called Better Jungles, but the way he made it sound is he had like a configuration settings for you to copy, and then his mod on top of that. He made it sound like it was just gonna be pretty difficult for
Hey there.
like for you to play the game in general. Okay. But not like impossible, just difficult. The real challenge came from all the extra creatures he added, like dinosaurs, cave bears. He even recommended like, hey, turn off surface spawning for the for like the drifters and all the other rust creatures, and instead he has all these dangerous creatures, and then those creatures would only be stuck, or the rust creatures would be stuck to the caves with the cave bears, making it even more dangerous. Like, yeah, that would be extremely dangerous on its own, but unfortunately 1.22 came out, and I'm not going back to 1.21. It'll be the type of thing where once those mods are updated, maybe I'll do another continuation of it, of some type, or I'll like maybe not even a part 2, but like a alternate universe.
I wonder.
Be like, let's do it again, but this time with all this stuff. Kind of like the desert one, where people are like, oh, of course the desert's not hard, you should have used hydrate or dihydrate. It's like, well, the point of these is to run them vanilla first, then go extreme, then I'll run hydrate or dihydrate, maybe.
What can I do for you?
I don't have much ammo, but I think I do want, money, not ammo. Shoot an arrow while jumping backwards causes cripple status on the target. Locking on foes is essential. Well, I just got the enhanced lock on, and then I think the other one's 100, and I don't have that much money yet. Okay, that's fair. Am I just like out of lantern fuel? Is that the problem? I think I'm gonna have to make my tent here. I ate all the lantern fuel, that's my bad. Thing is, to fill it up, you just need oil, which is fairly common. I just don't have any on me, because my lantern was fine. So it must have burned out. I did die, so it must have burned out or something when I died. Really? Alpha meat and a gravel beetle. That's not that bad. I could make that if I had the alpha meat. Yeah, he had a bunch of mods. Like, I don't think he made the mods. He just, like, took the mods from somewhere else, but he did do a lot of the testing and configuration for it. And it seems like it'd be fun when it's all put together. But it's like, he recommended like 20 mods. And that's not like a ton. But it's enough that, like, when you have to check for version compatibility, because a lot of them are probably outdated, and they may not work right now that 1.22 is out, and all this other stuff, it's like, you know, it's kind of difficult for me to want to be like, yeah, let me download all these and try this. So instead, I'm going to try his jungle mod, which changes the terrain up and adds the giant trees and stuff like that. But I'm gonna skip like all the other additional mods and then kind of go from there. Couldn't decide if he wanted to be cuddly or evil with airplane ears, so he did both. Perfect cat logic. Oh, is that a traitor? These are, oh, these are like deer. Ooh, why red deer? Are you alpha deer? You're coming after me. Ow. Ow. I'm gonna get messed up by a deer. Oh, don't get stuck on anything, game. Now's not the time for that. Cheese. Cheese. I didn't bother setting my skills. This cool new evasion shot that I'm not using. Which does a thing that it should be doing. Mod updates and compatibility. Be a circle of hell if you have more than 20, especially if you're doing multiplayer. Yeah. Oh no. What do you mean you broke out of that? Come here, dear. Come here, dear. We're not done yet. Come here, dear. Okay. Dear be gone. Alpha, what you call it? Coral horn. Hey, that's the thing for the bow. Coral horn bow. I need another antler. I need a recurve bow, and I need crystal powder. Bow inflicts pain, cursing the enemy to receive more physical damage. Made from coral horn antler. Well, I know what I'm going to be hunting in this region. That's what those are. Okay, cool. I should have set up a trap before trying to hunt that. I have no ways of making arrows, and I'm running low on money, so I will have to try to sell everything I can. Yeah, lots of mods is like, I've talked about this before. I like mods and I like modding, but when there's a big update that can break a bunch of compatibility, it's like, I don't want to screw with that. If it's like a game like Skyrim doesn't really update anymore. So all the mods for that, if you see it, you can basically use it. That's when I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll like start investing in modding because that's really nice, being able to use all these cool new features and stuff. You know, the sad thing is I hunted that. There's nothing I really want to sell. Maybe the animal hide. But, like, I need the horn for me, so I'm not selling that. And the meat is really nice to have. It's good food. Who are you?
What can I do for you? Listen.
Mace infusion. No, thanks. Not
Hey,
using
that.
maces. Is it 2 each? Yeah, 30, whatever, that's fine. I gotta have arrows, so that's fine. I updated one of my mods and it turned my... Wait. Turned you bright pink, removed your jaw. To restore the older version. I have no idea what broke it that bad. It was fine before. That's the thing, is, like, I've talked about this, like, I love mods because of all the extra features that they can add in a game, but, like, it really blows when you are trying to play and then like there's an update and then they all are like, well, I'm busy so I can't update this. You're like, okay, so I guess I don't get to go play the new update that all my friends are playing, or I do and I don't get to use this mod, which may break my entire save since it's been running the mod the entire time. It's like, oh my god. That's I hate that. I hate having to deal with that. And like, I've got friends who get big into modding where they're like, oh, well, I'll just go into like the mod editor and I'll go fix and patch this myself. And that's cool, but then they spend most of their time fixing the mods instead of playing the game, and I prefer to play the game. Even if it takes, you know, just a second to fix, it's that times however many mods they have. I got a buddy of mine who loves to mod Skyrim, and like he's got like, oh, well, I got this like face overhaul so that the characters looked nicer, and they do look good. It no longer looks like a game from 2011. But he's like, but because I got that, I had to get like this like model overhaul thing, and I got like this other thing, and I got this like hair thing, and I got all this other stuff that was dependent on. And then those had dependencies, and those might have dependencies, and it's like, oh my god, now you're just adding mods because they need each other. And then he'll be like, and I didn't like the way these faces look, so I installed this other face mod, but this mod doesn't work with this body thing, and I like these bodies better, so I went in and edited this so that the bodies would work with the faces, but I had to go through and fix it. So like, he plays the game, sees somebody has a face bug, and then he has to stop and go and fix it in his mod, and then it's fine. But he's done that for like since 2011. He's been doing that to his Skyrim saves and stuff like that, and it's not the same save, but like, he constantly mods his game. And he's been doing that to a point where like, he now has his entire mod setup backed up so that if anything happens to it, he can just re-add everything, because if he doesn't, then he'll have all these bugs again, and it would take him like a year to fix it all. And that's just a whole world I don't want to be a part of. Like, I'm more the gamer of, this game came out in 2011. Unless I can click one mod, install this thing, and faces look better, I just accept the fact that it came out in 2011, and it looks the way that it looks. And I'm okay with that. Modding over. I don't go any further than that. It's not that I don't see the improvements or the changes or anything, and like, yes, I can agree, this looks better than the standard version of the game. But like, all the mods that I install are... Ooh, you can use Coral Horn for that? That's weird. All the mods that I've ever installed for the game have been basically one or two things, maybe a couple dependencies. And when I say one or two, I mean more like 10 or 15. But like, they have a couple dependencies. I think my mod list has had a max of like 50 for Skyrim. And that was things like, yeah, like overhauls the terrain so that it looks better, and like adds more trees to this area. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And like, they'll be like, this is a perk overhaul. Okay, cool. And then I'm done. I don't want completely new everything, because it just breaks something else. So that's why with Vintage Story, people are like, oh, I can't play without Carry On, and I can't play without like Hydrate or Dihydrate, and I can't play with all this. I'm like, more power to you. You are very much welcome to do whatever you want to do. But for me, I would like, as if one of those breaks, it's over. And I'd much rather just play the game. I don't judge anybody for playing a game how they want to play it, but like I just... Oh, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to deal with weird issues. Oh, there's a mantis here too? No. Okay, that does hit me. I'm gonna run out of ammo again. Is that actually doing anything? Out of stamina? What the heck? I have one arrow. Shoot the one arrow. Or eat lightning to the face. There we go. I think stamina was the issue there. Sellable stuff. For smaller mods that don't change much, I think the biggest one I have better ruins. Yeah, better ruins everybody swears by. So it's a mod that I want to give a try, but for these challenges specifically, I've been playing vanilla only just to do like every region and then go from there, make it more difficult or whatever. The only other games I've even bothered modding are Lethal Company and Terraria. I've never actually played Terraria. Like, I have, but not seriously. Never really got into it. Wasn't my type of game. But I can see the appeal. It's just very grindy, and I'm not usually one for grindy games. Okay. Pouch overweight. It shouldn't be. I guess it is slightly. Okay. Bag. Bag. Those cold stones should sell okay. Bag. Bag is fine. Might be able to sell the shield too. Yeah, the mods I keep seeing recommended for Vintage Story are like Carry On and Better Ruins and like... let's see what else is there. Smithing Plus, either QP's Chisel Tools or Chisel Whiz, depending on which one you want to go with. Some people don't like the fact that Chisel Tools doesn't damage your chisel when you do like copy functions. Other people love that. I'm of the camp where I love that my chisel doesn't get damaged when I'm copying a block. I guess I don't love it, but like the alternative is, oh, I made a mistake and then I lost all of my chisel. I tried Chisel Whiz and that happened during the Arctic Challenge. I tried it and it was like, this is really cool, except like I don't know what this is gonna look like before I initiate it, and it uses like it does the entire thing. So if you're chiseling stairs and then the stairs, like, let's say you copy from another block and you go like, okay, do this, it'll do it. That's fine. It uses all your durability that you need for that. But then there's like options where it'll be like plane or do this or like go around or whatever. They have all these other options, and you don't know what that looks like until you do it. And so if you do it and you don't like it, then you lose out on chisel durability to do it and undo it. I burned through a steel chisel like crazy with that mod. I was like, I respect what it's trying to do, but when you're literally shaving the entire block all the way around, you're using up so much durability, it's kind of crazy. So I was like, just give me QP's chisel tools and I'll be so much happier with that. Because then I can just copy it. Ooh, enter tree husk. That's new. I like chiseling, but I also don't have any light, right? I'm gonna go down here and then we'll see what happens. Oh, wait. No. I didn't know that was you can't come back from this drop. Oh, what are you? Ow. No. Ow. What are you? No. Ow. Can't. It doesn't open from here. And now it's dark. Yeah. Okay. That was just a really bad combination of everything. Hope I don't lose my money. Someplace safe, warm campfire nearby. Note, mysterious bottle pop. You are alone, but you feel like someone was here just a moment ago. Great. Well, at least I keep my bag. And, what's this note say? Hey, you were in trouble. I gave you a hand. Can't stay to watch over you, but I tried to make sure you were comfortable first. Have a flask of my own personal brew on me. You owe me one, pal. Brew that restores moderate amount of health, stamina, and mana. Wow. And I have a little campfire that I can start from. Where am I? No idea where I am. Sorry, I think I lost my train of thought. I like chiseling a lot, but I'm not very good at styling things. And so for me, like, as soon as I start chiseling something, it never looks right. It never looks good enough. I'm always like doing it. I'm like, I don't like how this looks. And so like, I want to undo my progress. And to do that, you have to re-chisel by unchiseling, which is killing durability on things. And it takes days and days and days and days of getting it like perfect the way you want it to. And then once you get it done, like, great, this looks good. That's one. All right, time to do the next block. Like that's my thing, is I can spend a really long time making something look nice. And like when I'm finally happy with it, while yes, I can just make other blocks and I know what to look for, so they'll be better. And it'll be, oh, that's the burning tree. I don't want to be here. I'm like down here. Ah, crap. It's southeast, so I need to be going northwest, which is this way, so I'm on the other side of everything. I'm over here. Okay, that's the bridge. So yeah, for me, it's like, it eats so much time. It's so much time. And people are like, well, what do you do during the winter? And I'm like, not destroy my chisel. I make food, or I, like, craft armor, go mining, like, I know everybody plays the game differently, but I can't imagine being locked in your house chiseling for 3 in-game months. I'll lose my mind. I go out and I go get iron or something so that I can smelt it. And by the time I've mined iron and smelted it down and made the blooms into ingots and the ingots into plates and the plates into armor or whatever, or tools, and I go and chop wood to make charcoal so that I can do all that, or maybe I'm making steel and that requires a lot of fuel. Like, by the time I do that, winter's over, and I'm still not done. A lot of times I do all that and it's like, oh crap, I didn't get as far as I wanted to get. But I love the customization that chiseling has, for sure. Let's see. Sandstone and with chert accents. Live in a desert. Nice. Oh, so bad at anything else. You're probably better at the game than you think. But chiseling is just one of those things. You know how like in Minecraft people would make like blocky art of things, like they'd be like, oh, I made a cat, or I made, you know, a dog, or I recreated an entire freaking city, or whatever the heck. I made 8-bit Mario, I made whatever. I couldn't do that. Like, I could look at 8-bit Mario and I could like eventually get it, but it just didn't click with me. It just wasn't a thing where I was like, oh, yeah, I know exactly how long to make this thing or when to make this bend. So when I would make Mario, I'd get like 2/3 of the way through making Mario and then realize that his eye doesn't look right because I made it 1 block when it should be a 2x2, not a 1x1. But then when I make the eye larger, his face looks wrong because it's too small now compared to the rest of it. So then I have to make his face bigger, but then that doesn't match with the rest of his body, so I have to undo everything I've done because I fixed the eye and made the eye look right. And that's when I'm just like, screw it, TNT, and blow it all up. Never go back to it again. Like, I can't do that. I just will rage quit at that type of stuff. My brain hates that type of stuff. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in any music classes, played any instruments or anything like that, but you know how, like, there's a really funny YouTube video I should find. But basically, you know how when you're playing a part of a song, let's say, maybe you don't if you've never played an instrument, but you'll play a part of a song, you're practicing it, whatever. You get to a part that you know is difficult or slightly difficult. You start playing it and you play it wrong and you're like, oh, well, it's these 5 notes or whatever. It's like, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I know that. So you go back and you restart like two verses before and you're like, all right, let's do this. And you get up to that part and you mess it up again. So you're like, crap. And you can't just play the part and continue because with music, there's a rhythm to it. You've gotta play forward, right? You can't just like, oh, I messed up this one part. Let me play that one part perfectly and continue the song. The song has a flow, has a feel to it. So you go back to the last part where you can get back in your flow, and then you mess up that part again. And then you mess up that part again. And then you mess up that part again. You're messing it up in different ways. One time you play a flat when it should have been a sharp, or you played a natural when it should have been a sharp, or whatever. You played the wrong note. You played it out of order, or you played it, you know, whatever, too slow, too fast. Eventually, you just get so angry at it. You just start playing it. Like, I played, you say you were in band. I played trumpet. The amount of times I'd be playing a song, and I'm like, I know how to play this part, but I played it wrong like 6 times in a row. I know how to play it. I know the notes. I know how it goes. My fingers are not doing the things that my brain is telling it to do. And I just start blasting my instrument. I would just take my trumpet and I just, like, blast as loud as I possibly could. Blow the wall up with my anger that I couldn't play this darn part of the song that I know exactly how to play it. It was so annoying. It just drove me up a wall. That's what chiseling is like. It's great. It's awesome. It's amazing when you're in the zone. You got it. It looks great. And then you get to the one thing, you're like, oh my god, I messed up step 12 and I'm on step 1012. I have to go undo 1,000 parts to fix step 12 and then go back. Otherwise it won't look right. And some people can just live with the thing and then they can just like, oh, well, if that's a little bit bigger, then I'll just do this slightly different design instead. I can't. I have an idea. It has to be that way in my brain, and if it's not, then I have to go back and fix it, which is a big undo button, and there's no good way to undo your stuff. Except with QP's chisel tools, where you can copy a block to another block. And if you don't like the way that block looks, as long as you're chiseling out of the same material, you can just copy a block that's not chiseled yet and undo it, essentially. Which is really nice.
Hey there.
Okay, so we're gonna sell these. And we're gonna sell that for sure. We're gonna sell the bullets because I definitely don't need those. We're gonna sell the mana stone because I don't need that. We're gonna sell the incendiary charges because I don't want those. And then antidote is actually probably something I should keep. Or sell the shield. And then I can go get wood and make more arrows. Okay. I mean, I'm still probably gonna have to buy some, but whatever. This is a start. God, I feel that I just started drilling those measurements until it was automatic, then would mess up somewhere before even getting to it. Exactly. Like, you get to that part, like, especially in school, we would have playing tests over it, and it's like, you get to that part, and you're like, okay, I got this part down. But then you just fail somewhere else. It's so infuriating. And like, that's part of music. I'm not upset. But, like, that type of stuff always drove me nuts. I was just like, stop! Play it correctly. You know how to play this. You've done it before. You do it all the time, every day in class. Why are you messing it up now? Yeah, coming back to it later helps. That's the thing in Vintage Story, if you don't finish your chisel project, then you just have a half-finished chisel project that you have to walk past every single second of every single time you play that game. Like, you go in your kitchen, if you're chiseling something in your kitchen, and it's not done, then when you go to your kitchen to make food, because you're gonna go mining or whatever, you have this thing glaring you in the face, and you're like, oh no. No, 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 don't do this to me, no. And you're like, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. I don't want to fix it, but I gotta fix it, because if I don't, then it's gonna be there, and it's gonna bother me. It's like a whole thing with me. So, I just don't chisel that much. I don't have bread. But yeah, there are a lot of things I want to get better at. It's kind of the same thing with like art.
Me.
I I like art a lot. I really want to get better at drawing, but there are times when I'll spend like hours. I'll be drawing something. I'm like, all right, I know what I want to draw. I can see it. Let's do it. And I start drawing it. I'm like, okay, yep, got the face. Like, I got like the face, the cheekbones and stuff like that. Let's draw an eye. This eye looks really good. Looks perfect. Other eye, wrong. Every time. Never correct. Never, ever in symmetry with the other eye. If I do not a straight on view, then this eye looks just weird because it's half cut off and whatever. And it's like, oh my god, it just, I can't. It drives me insane. Like, I want to be better at art because I feel like I gotta sleep here. I feel like I can do it. Like, that's the thing about art, is that I'm not saying it's easy by any means, but I think that I could do it if I got into it a little bit more. And I have like a creative side of me. That's why I make the YouTube videos and stuff like that. I have a creative side of me that really wants to do that type of stuff. I just don't have the skill for it. And I get super frustrated. I don't accept, like, I never set the proper goal. I don't go like, okay, well, I need to do this easy task and then work my way up from the easy task. I have this thing in my head that I want to go do now. I want to make this thing now. And I start working on it. And yeah, I'm learning how to draw when I do that, but then that thing never turns out the way I want. And I also get frustrated when it's like you're drawing something and like it'll be like, all right, you want to be better at faces, draw faces. Draw only faces for like weeks until you get better. Well, after a while, I get tired of drawing faces. Because what if you have... It's like the meme with, like, the drawing of a horse, where it's all, like, the front part of the horse looks great, the middle part looks a little bit eh, and then the back just looks like a 3-year-old drew it.
How are you?
It's that, to me. It's like, okay, now I know how to draw, like, part of a face, because I've been maybe focusing on cheeks and eyes or something. It's like, great, so now I can draw that, but I don't know how to draw anything. I don't know body proportions. I don't know how to make shoulders work. I don't know how long arms should be. So then you study all that, and by the time I study all that, I forget how to draw a face again. So it's like, oh no. Especially because I don't like drawing humans. Specifically, I don't like drawing, like, humans, humanoids, anything people like. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in, like, creatures, animals, that type of stuff. So, if you try to draw, like, a wolf or a lion or something like that, you suddenly have to deal with, like, fur and hair and making that look good. And that's a whole mess. What was this? Nothing? Okay. Try getting into pixel art, went much better than normal drawing, but still didn't bring me a ton of joy. Yeah, then most resources are like, draw a circle, then draw the rest of the owl. Exactly. There's a guy that I watched on YouTube a couple years back when I had reignited my drawing passion. And his channel is called Draw Like a Sir. And he's a fun guy. He's got great commentary on how to draw things and good advice on how to draw things. But ultimately, that's exactly it. Is like, nobody can really show you how to draw. He can give you tips on, like, yeah, average body is like this, an average thing is like this. Amazing. Great. But then he's all like, but your drawing is going to be different. You know, you have this idea in your head of, you know, it's got this angle, it's got this thing to it, it's in this position, this pose. He'll say, start easy, it's easiest to work your way up. So start at a basic front pose or something, and then, you know, just keep working towards a more dynamic pose. But that's again for drawing bodies and stuff. Like people is how he draws most of his stuff. He's like, I don't draw a lot of like animals. So his stuff was only helpful to a point. He draws a lot of manga. It's kind of his art stuff. And I'm not particularly one for the anime or manga style myself. I don't hate it. I just don't want to draw that. That's not my passion. I'd rather draw an animal. And I've looked up things about like how to draw cats or whatever, and they'll get to like the fur and the whiskers and how to do that type of stuff. And then there's a bunch of like fancy drawing tools that I don't have, and I don't understand why they're using them. It's like, did I jump into lesson 12? How did we get to this point? You're pulling out a thing that I've never seen before. And they just do it. They make it look so effortless. And it's like, oh, man. You know him? Good YouTuber, man. Watched his stuff quite a bit a couple years ago. Was big into it. Was trying to draw one of my D&D characters. Got really big into it, and the problem is my D&D character's a Leonin, so it's a mixture of animal and human. So yeah, trying to draw that combination was a real pain. Never quite got there. I think all you can do is, like, the thing about art is the only thing you can do is sit down and do it all the time. Think about things you want to do. You know, you want to draw better fur, sit down every day, draw fur for like an hour or two. Just keep doing that and analyze what you've drawn and think about ways to improve it. Make sure you got the right art materials and stuff, the right papers, the right pencils if you're doing physical art, which is what I started on. Because I figured, hey, if you learn how to do things like shading with physical art, then you can learn how to do shading and stuff with digital art. And that's not wrong. But, like, digital art just doesn't feel good to me. The drawing stuff that, unless you're really investing, like, hundreds or thousands of dollars into technology and programs and all that other stuff that can do exactly what you want, you know, you're gonna get things of like, my stylus was too close to the page and my hands touching the screen, and so it like tracked my finger as stylus movement. And all these people have like hotkeys for how to undo and edit things using their pen, but I don't. And it just gets like really crazy because like, where do you even, like, my pen that I have for my digital drawing has 2 buttons, which I don't think I can reprogram because I've looked into it before. And so it's just really obnoxious when it's like trying to draw something and you're like, oh, I want to undo that. Well, let me put the pen down so that I can go over here and I can undo it, or use Control Z with my other hand while I'm drawing. Like, I don't know. That's why they have these really expensive machines and things, because their pens can be configured that way and they can do all that stuff without having to. They can treat their drawing tablet as a piece of paper. I never could. Music is great. I've always wanted to get into music composition too, like especially electronic, like digital composition stuff, not, you know, not that's what I'm looking for. Not traditional like music composition, but like using software and stuff like that to create stuff like FL Studio and I'm struggling with all the other names of things, but like using that to come up with like music and beats and combining instruments and that type of stuff. But then that software is just so overwhelming by itself. And I've sort of accepted that the one piece of software that I can handle right now that's obtuse in so many ways and is complicated to learn but is worth learning for me is DaVinci Resolve. I'd rather learn how to make animations and how to make and edit a video than how to compose stuff in LMMS or something. Even though LMMS would be a great skill to have, especially as a, you know, starting out like channel on YouTube, being able to create your own beats and stuff would be great. Then you don't have to worry about ones that don't fit what you're looking for online, or, you know, having to give credit to people or worrying about copyright stuff because you made it yourself. But it's too much to learn how to do stuff like that and how to learn how to make your video edits good at the same time, which is why people hire other people. It's not that I don't have a passion in it, it's that I'm limited to, this is the one I can afford to learn right now. I don't think I'm gonna get this guy. Maybe 9 arrows will do it. I just can't really afford to miss. Ouch. 7 arrows to go. Ow. Tenor sax, that'd be cool. I never played sax. The one saxophone I played, my uncle bought off of like eBay or something and was gonna refurbish it and then sell it. And he didn't even like play saxophone either. He just was in the, at the time it was when the economy was pretty bad, so he was taking up restoring things, I think, is why he got it. I don't remember. Maybe he wasn't getting it for that. I played it one time. Even though I had friends, I never played their instruments. So I never played like their saxophones or anything like that. I personally have instruments I want to learn, and it's going to sound, you know, boring and cliche, but guitars and pianos. Because pianos and guitars can be used to play just about anything. I've also thought about, like, passively thought about violin or cello. But I was always in band, never in orchestra. But again, for the reasons of those types of instruments can play just about anything and sound good doing it. I played trumpet for 7 years, and so not that trumpet's bad, but you don't hear trumpet a lot playing a lot of, you know, songs. And that's partially because trumpet's not as popular. But I think also there is a sound quality that instruments have. Violins, cellos, pianos, and guitars can play soft, and they can be soothing, and they can be calming, instruments so they can play the soft stuff. A brass instrument can play soft, but it's always a buzz or a hum or something more abrasive like that, where it doesn't quite fit. And also just the overall sound of the instrument itself doesn't fit a lot of... Oh, that's a thing that I need to avoid. I don't think the overall sound of something like that fits a lot of popular music right now. Not that I'm trying to play popular music, but like even older music. Go ahead and play some, you know, metal song from the 80s. Go play Metallica on a trumpet. You can't. You can play it on a guitar, though, even if it is an acoustic guitar, because the song has guitars in it, and you just don't have the heavy metal part of it, but you're still playing the notes, and it can sound good. That's kind of the thing. A piano probably couldn't play a song like that either, but, like, it could simply because it has all the range of notes that, you know, it can play every note, and you can play it more or less aggressive depending on your mood, so it can work. Whereas with like a brass instrument or a wind instrument in general, it's like you got to be able to have the perfect embouchure to play that note that they play, and some instruments don't go low enough. They don't sound good enough. So you're never gonna get that. Accordion would be fun to play. I had a great uncle, maybe just one great uncle, who is, well, he passed away years ago, but he and my great grandmother emigrated from Poland to America, and being of Polish descent, apparently accordion was big in their family, and so they knew how to play a lot of accordion songs. I never learned how to play the accordion, and when I was young, I never appreciated it, and I only met the man a handful of times. He was starting to lose his memory and stuff, but he could play the accordion. It was quite impressive. He also play harmonica pretty well too. He played violin. It's really fun, but can be really uncomfortable on the shoulder if you have bad shoulder rest. Cello would have been probably better. That's the thing about cellos. Cellos can hit. They're a middle range, you know. They're a tenor instrument, like a tenor sax, and so they can hit the really high and the really low. Not the extremes of them, but they can hit pretty wide. They're very much like a piano, although pianos can hit every range because that's kind of the point. But like, they can hit most ranges, which means they're viable for playing just about anything. Maybe European under my belt. Being able to play with both hands is a lot harder than it looks once you really get it. Once you get it, you really get it. That's the thing. I'm not saying playing piano's easy at all either, because like for me, I can't multitask like that at all. At all. In band, they had like tryouts for percussion and stuff like that, and like, I don't know, I was into it. And And my band director is like, hey, you should go try and play some percussion. We could use percussionists or whatever. And I was good at playing my trumpet, so he was like, if you want to stay on trumpet, that's absolutely fine too. But if you want to play percussion, don't be shy. Feel free to go try it. And I was like, I don't think I can. He's like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I don't have the coordination to split up my body in that way, to play one note with one hand and another thing with another hand, especially rhythms, not even just notes, but rhythms.
Hey there.
And then there were a couple times where we would play, like, our percussionist would play on drum sets. And I'd be like, this is really cool, but I don't think I could do that. And I know with practice you could get better at it. Food waste. Crap. I don't want to drop that in town because it'll never go away. Well, actually, no, it will go away. It just won't go away for like a week, which is fine. It can stay right there. I was awful at multitasking like that first, but then a switch flipped one day. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I think, for me, I think piano could be better at that type of stuff. Because while it's hard to be able to do that with my left hand, I think having a hand instead of an entire body movement is, I don't know, maybe a little bit better. Just a little bit. Because, like, in the car, if I'm listening to music and I'm trying to, like, tap my foot and tap my hand on my lap or something at the same time, or on the steering wheel because I'm, you know, listening to a song or whatever, I can't. I start, like, instead of, like, the percussion parts of the song, you're supposed to play the beat of the song. I'll play the harmony or the melody instead of the percussion with my hands and stuff, because I want to play that part. My brain naturally wants to play that. And so I'll go from, like, trying to play the drums and trying to hit, like, the hi-hats in my head to just starting to play a guitar but on a drum set. It makes no sense. I'm like, why, brain? Why are you like this? But I think piano is one of those things where, at least my approach to it would probably be something along the lines of learning the melody and playing that and realizing how empty it sounds. And then feeling like there's that missing beat, and then going and you know, like, going and adding in the bass line on a piano to be like, yes, that sounds more full and that sounds good, and
Hey there.
these are the correct notes. But percussion isn't melody. Ooh, 30 for a recurve bow. I could buy that. It's better than what I got, for sure. And help me get to the choral bow, so let's do that. We need this.
Hey there.
A simple bow is worth 4? That's not terrible. Also came here to buy arrows.
Hey there.
Having experience with other instruments and reading music gives you an insane head start too. And one of those beginner books that gets harder as you progress is way more helpful than trying to learn full songs immediately. Yeah. My tricky thing is, having played an alto instrument, playing a trumpet, not playing any bass or tenor ranges, all of my stuff, like bass clef music, like sheet music, looks really strange to me compared to treble clef sheet music. Because those notes are, like, a high bass note is not uncommon. So there'll be just, like, several registers above the main, God, it's been so long since I've been in band, my band director would kill me if I couldn't think of it right now, but they'd be so high above the main range, the main bars, that I feel like I wouldn't even know what note it was off the top of my head. Whereas when you play like a melodic instrument that plays a lot of alto tunes, you tend to play in the register itself. Because like on a trumpet, if I play a C note, that is, like, the low C is just a couple below, the middle C is in there, and the high C is in there. Like, it's fine. But if you play, like, on a trumpet, you very rarely hit an even higher C, and you can't really physically go lower than the low C on a trumpet, because you have to basically make your lips buzz in a way that's not even possible. Like, it is possible, but like very few music pieces are going to require that, because you just it's so difficult, and it doesn't add a lot to the sound when you can have another instrument just play it instead. And so all of your stuff on like a brass instrument where you're playing with your lips, you have to be able to hit those ranges, and so they all tend to be fairly around the register. And then you get bass clef, and it's like, well, it's a high note, and it's like, okay, and and like the low notes are in the register. It's like, okay, well, bass instruments tend to play more tenor type tunes a lot when necessary. Oh, come on, dude. Hit him one more time. There we go. I don't know. Bass clef is very weird for me to learn. And I'm sure if I studied it enough, I'd get it, but ugh. I was also terrible at rhythm in music. Not like awful, but like some people can look at a song, look at a sheet of music and go, oh, I know exactly how this is going to play. Like they can look at it and they can just be like, yeah, that's a 16th note next to a 32nd note next to a dotted 8th note. I know exactly what that's like. And I'm like, that's gonna take me a minute, dude. I gotta like break it down and analyze before I could be like, ah, okay, now I get what that sounds like. And I get that's probably a lot of experience too, but I did play music in school for 7 years. And not even after being in honors band was that a natural thing for me to get. Okay, we eliminated one guy. That's fine. Tank a couple hits so that we can get away from terrible 2v1. And that's also sort of the issue with bass, is that bass is the rhythm. A lot of times it's the backbone of the song, and so like sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's whole notes and half notes, and other times it's wild, weird, crazy you know, bass lines that have dotted notes and stuff. Alright, guy, I think I can finally start fighting you a bit. Ooh, that did some damage. Okay, that works a little bit better on him. I was concerned that skill would just suck, but that actually did some damage. Can't do this while... What do you mean no compatible weapon or ammunition? Definitely do. There we go. Okay. Finally. 3v1, I was able to take that. Can I put this hood in here? Scavenger mask gives me linen. Yay. Kind of what I thought. Ration, food. Backpack. Come here, backpack. Okay. Let's see. Scrap that. Scrap that. Scrap that. Looking better. Bow. Bandit archer. Free arrows. Scrap the sword again. And then we're gonna make a couple arrows. Nice. Whew. Open up the 10-day forecast. It's raining every single day. I don't think I've ever been happier. It is, I think it's mostly sunny here. I got distracted by my own phone in the middle of stream. Hang on. Yeah, it's mostly sunny here. And not super warm, but it's going to be particularly warm in the middle of the week, which is annoying. So I had to install my air conditioner, which took hours because it's a window air conditioner. And when I took it out of the window last year, I didn't clean it. I was like, I'll clean that over the winter, or I'll clean it before I put it in next year. That's fine. It was dry, so it's not like it was rotting or anything. But, it was quite filthy. So I had to unscrew it and take all the housing off, because if you don't do that, then it is really nasty. And that took forever, because putting it back together kind of sucked. There were like 10 screws, and it had to be put back perfectly, because if it wasn't, then it just... Yeah, it wasn't a fun experience. I sat and did that for like 3.5 hours today, and did that last night too. Bag overweight. Just barely. It's like 90 degrees every day. Yeah, it's not quite that. It's like 88 on Wednesday, I think. And then it'll go back down to like 72. But my house is very poorly insulated, and so when it's sunny, because I have blackout curtains, it attracts heat, which heats things up. My PC itself heats things up, and then just the lack of good insulation means that this place heats up pretty quick with direct sunlight. And it's not uncommon for me on an 80-degree day to have a 90-degree room. So I installed my window air conditioner, and it took forever to do, and I'm kind of sore from it because I was bent over for like 3 hours. It's not even as clean as I wanted it to be, because in order to clean it even further, I would have had to really tear the thing apart. But I just didn't have I don't have the facility for that. I don't have like a spot where I can really tear it apart, other than the floor. And then I don't, like, I have a screwdriver. That's it. So if I start running into things where it would be better to have a different tool, it doesn't really work too well. And I would have had to take it out because I took all the housing off, but then the actual, like, turbine part of it that propels the air forward is, like, covered in dirt. Like, it needed to soak. And it couldn't soak because it's attached to the main fan. And that main fan is enclosed in a housing that was under a bunch of cords and other things, and there's no way I was getting that out. So I just took an old toothbrush and tried to scrub as much as I possibly could with it, and then rinse it out and scrub it and rinse it. And it's in a terrible spot because they have all these different filters in the way. And so I had a gap that was like maybe an inch that I was trying to reach a toothbrush down into and scrub this thing 360 degrees, but I only had an inch of space to put my tool in there. It just was awful. And it still didn't come out as clean as I want it to be, but at least I can have some sort of peace knowing that the styrofoam in there is not nearly as filthy as it was. I was afraid that there was going to be mold in there, and I think it's just dirt at this point. It's not moldy, it's dirty. But yeah, I'd tear it apart more and I'd bleach it and really scrub at it. I just can't get to it. Okay, I've got stuff to sell, but I think actually I need to call it there tonight. I don't want to, but I gotta. I got more things to do. More Subnautica to do. I gotta eat food. Yeah, it was quite a lot of work, but I got it in. It's nice. But I'm supposed to have company over on Wednesday, and I'm just hoping that when it's so hot outside that my downstairs will be fine, because I have a second air conditioner for downstairs, but I haven't put that in, and I'm not planning on it because I don't need to usually run it. I'm hoping that this one can run and cool down the house. We'll see. But yeah, it's nearly 8 o'clock. I'm about an hour past I would normally stop, but it's been fun talking to you, dude. Appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully I can catch you again next time. Say you're a little less busy, so see if we can talk some more soon. But I've also been talking for a while. My voice is killing me, and I need to go eat food and work on YouTube. So I gotta go do that, unfortunately. Alrighty, bye-bye.